I hope so. I think I heard a faint shout of joy somewhere.
Hey gang, it's Steph, and today we're going over Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, and I am so freaking pumped, so let's just get into it. So, what is Pantheon? Pantheon is an old school MMO. It's the whole reason why I bring people back to EverQuest, or try to. It's the whole passion on our channel to make these old guides on EverQuest, a game that's nearly 20 years old. This game is going back to the roots, and the head of this operation is Brad McQuaid.
A man who rarely needs an introduction, Brad McQuaid, playing Eridune.
Hey guys.
Brad's our Chief Creative Officer.
And if you don't know who Brad McQuaid is, then you need to look him up, because he started out as a lead programmer in EverQuest and a producer, and he worked his way up. And the guy has vision. He knows what's needed nowadays. And BazgrimTV, I'll have a lot of his clips in this video, and he does a really good job of breaking down the spirit of EverQuest being reformed and emerged into a modern day game. And I'm so excited, because so many people have always said that. I mean, every person I've gotten into EverQuest that never played EQ back when it was current, all of them say, you know, I would love the game if the game just had a new game engine and looked a little better, and the UI wasn't so clunky and janky, you know. And that's what we're getting. I mean, to the sounds of the spell effects, to the inventory icon and graphics, I mean, this is it. If you loved EQ back in the day and you wanted a modern day game, this is it, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. Anyway, I'm so pumped to get into this game. I plan on pledging. I want to pledge and be able to buy the alpha and beta packages to be able to go over some content for you guys. And oh god, I'm so excited.
But you cannot play the game today unless you have some sort of deal worked out with the developer, or you're somebody on the dev team, obviously, itself. So don't expect to go out here and buy one of these here pledges and get to play the game. But like I said, we'll jump into that here in a moment.
What the is this? What? Sorry about that. Guys, we need a deal. I need to get my hands on playing this game. I want to cover content. I know the mechanics. I know the old school way. This is what I used to do. I need this. So please share this video, like it, comment it. I want to cover content on Pantheon. I mean, I really do. I've been covering EverQuest. I want to do some Pantheon now, you know what I mean? Help me out, help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. I'm not mad, I still want a deal, but I'm not mad. Anyway, I kind of want to get you guys into the mindset that I'm in. This is back to the roots, right? So I've been playing several MMOs throughout the years, you know, and like I always say, go back to EQ because it scratches that nostalgic itch. And that's why I'm so excited for Pantheon. And for example, in modern day games, you quest and you get gear, right? Every time you turn in a quest, you get a new piece of gear. Every time you do this, you get a new piece of gear. I mean, that risk versus reward is not there. And even with other games with scaling, so which is awesome. Doesn't matter what level you are, you can group with your friends, but at the same time, it kind of takes that away. It's like you get this gear, and then the value of the gear goes down, and then you're trying to maximize your character, but it doesn't matter because it's just the whole system is forged us into entitlement, and I mean, it's just not working, you know. And that's what I think Pantheon is doing. I think Brad McQuaid was all like, hey, this is time to give people an MMO where it all started, where we can work together as a team. You have a community, you have to play with friends, you have to chill and met a little bit, and God forbid, do a little chatting with your friends. There's no instance dungeons, there's no matchmaking, there's no, you know, run in and run out and be done with it. It's an actual game, it's an adventure, it's a world you can live in, okay? I don't know how else to put it. There's a lot of people covering Pantheon right now that as I was researching to make this video, and I just wanted to rant a little bit. I'm excited that people are paying attention to this type of thing because it's exciting. It's going to be a fresh breath back into the MMO genre, and I could not be more excited. I mean, as you can see right now, this is CohhCarnage. He's been streaming and playing with the devs and covering content on Pantheon, and you can see they're working together. And I highly recommend going to his YouTube channel and checking out some of his previous streams because the work they do together is crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, it's just you don't see that anymore. You know, people calling out taunts, people calling out mezzes, people working together and communicating, you know, it's just awesome. That's all I can say. And again, I'm just so excited. So this is a BazgrimTV clip, and he kind of nails down the point I'm talking about, so let's check it out.
And that brings me to number 3, a sense of accomplishment. Pantheon will break the trend of games making it feasible to reach max level like 2 days after creating a new character. It aims to be a world that has enough content to give you things to do for months and years, and a big part of that is slowing down the leveling process, but at the same time, making it more fun. This means leveling feels much more rewarding and decreases the perception that the real game is at max level. Of course, that's not to say that there won't be rewarding things to do at max level, but there's really no reason to put all of the worthwhile things at this so-called endgame. And it's also worth mentioning that when you get a new item, you can be sure that it won't just be replaced a few hours later. A lot of games seem to forget that having to actually work for what you have while solving problems along the way really amplifies the satisfaction you get afterward, especially when you're doing it with friends. And those are the kinds of memories that really stick with you.
So I guess it's worth noting that if you don't like putting in a little work, this game will not be for you. This game is about working for something that you want. It's about grabbing your buddies, grabbing some friends, making some friends, going to a dungeon, diving into that dungeon, killing every single mob. Now mind you, you cannot just run in willy-nilly and pull a whole group of mobs and just kill them. That's not gonna fly here. And you have to strategize. You have to work for everything that you achieve. So you may dive into a dungeon that might take you an hour to get to one boss just for a chance for one piece of gear, and you know that's what you get. But that is my playstyle. I mean, I love it, and I just cannot. I'm just excited. Let's continue.
Yeah, for those saying in chat that these mobs are dying kind of slow, that's actually exactly the point. These mobs are designed to be killed as a group. It's the kind of thing where the fact that we're killing them at this speed in a group kind of shows you how important it is to have a group in this game. Imagine trying to do this solo. That's the whole point of this kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
It takes a lot more strategy and tactics too, so you can't just, even with a full group, just go charging into a dungeon and just...
Okay, I'm going to pause it right here. This is footage from CohhCarnage. watch the rest of this encounter. This is something to me that you don't see very often in modern day MMOs. So
work your way through in 5 minutes. It's a lot of thought and consideration needs to go in, and you also have to think, you know, what abilities are you going to need in certain areas.
As in the seer.
Calling out Mez.
On the Bonebreaker first.
Calling out main assist.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, run it down.
Rogue's dead.
Somebody broke through Mez.
I'll off tank the seer.
Seer
Sounds
is...
good.
And I didn't put my taunt on.
Using all my oh crap abilities.
That did not beat the Vegas odds this month. First to die.
Focusing that Bonebreaker down.
That is such a nasty nuke.
Yeah.
I love it.
That heal though, very nice.
Yeah, I'm not getting the seer off of Yoko, so I'm gonna switch back to the Bonebreaker.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yes on it.
It's that Dire Lord aggro, man. What are you gonna do?
Oh, there I go.
I'm using every trick I got. Let's refill our essence. Oh, see that's pretty cool, Air, so you put the swords away and now you're maining the bow?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm switching back and forth. That AOE convinced me that this is a ranged weapon opportunity.
Don't stand in the fire. Yeah, the premise to the Ranger class is that they actually need to weave in and out of melee and range to maximize their damage, and some of that is currently in play. Some of that is still down the road for the implementation of the class, but you'll see them moving in and out of melee pretty regularly.
Going to buy res.
That may have been a lengthy clip for some people, but I just love it. And that's one of many that I have encountered and watched, and I didn't know which one to put in. But go check out all the links in the description. They all are covering Pantheon right now, and it's awesome. CohhCarnage, he did the Dire Lord, which is an awesome tank, considering playing that as my main. He also does the Shaman, I believe. Lassiz does the Rogue. Belgrim, I think he's done several classes. I'm not sure. I think he did heals. But anyway, the links will be in the description, so be sure to check it out. This game needs all the support. We need a breath of fresh air in the MMO genre. I'm telling you, this game is going to be amazing, and I really want it to succeed. Speaking of Bazgrim, this is his interview with Joppa, one of the big heads at Visionary Realms. They got the vision. I'm excited. Anyway, let's unmute and check it out.
Say that there is another class that would fill that role, and that would be the Bard. And just to kind of make the soft announcement, it is something that I feel confident from my perspective that we will be able to have the Bard in by launch.
And that's why we love you.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm sure there's lots of people that are excited to hear that.
I hope so. I think I heard a faint shout of joy somewhere.
So,
how many of you guys have played with a Bard before? Well, if you played a game from Blizzard, you haven't. If you played a game from ZOS, you haven't. If you played a game from... You know what? Who adds Bards anymore?
Need to.
okay, that sounds fun. Yeah. I guess actually before we wrap up, I would probably get in trouble if I didn't ask about the Necro, because you gave us a good little teaser about the Bard, that the Bards are looking pretty good right now. But what about the Necro? Where does the Necro stand right now?
Yeah. So we definitely hear everyone, and we know that it's not only the Bard but also the Necro. That's a very highly anticipated class. So we are wanting as well to get that in.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
But it's going to depend on how quickly we finish the current classes and the Bard, and Necro just happened to be the next one in line. So if we can get it in, we will. If we can't by launch, then we'll be getting it in as soon after as we can.
So we are getting Bard and Necromancer. So I would not get excited. Everybody that's played EQ knows that if you were a Necromancer back in the day, you could solo content that it took groups to solo. I don't think they're gonna make them that way in Pantheon. I think they're gonna stick to the group format, you know, and I hate to say that, but I'm still gonna play a Necro. And there will be ways, you know, once you played the game for a while, I'm sure you're gonna be able to solo content, you know, that's just inevitable. You know, like once you get high level and you've done some high level dungeons and some raids, you're gonna be able to, you know, solo old school content. But I don't think I don't know. I don't know anything about this game because I don't have a deal with Visionary Realms that I want. But if they give it to me, you know, maybe I could tell you. But I don't think they're going to have fear kiting with the Necromancer or anything like that. But we'll see. I'm just excited because the Necro was my main and EQ1, and still love my Necro. Always will. That's how I got the name Death. So there you go. For the guys that know me in real life and it's in our Battle Axe Discord and everything, you guys know I'm a comic book nerd. And when I was doing research for this video, I found out that Jim Lee knows Brad McQuaid. He played EQ1. He played, I believe he played Vanguard. And if you check out his stream coverage of Pantheon, it's just amazing. The whole story of how he met Brad and everybody, it's just crazy. And he plays the fucking game. He's pumped for Pantheon, and he's got people following him. So I'm just, I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. I need that deal. I need that deal. Pantheon, Brad, Joppa, hit me up. Hit me up.
Challenging and rewarding experience, shared experience for groups, groups of players. So I'm looking forward to that. Are we all here in this little little spot?
See, we got Crispy, we got Rant.
Damn it, Jim Lee! I love you. I love you. So guys, the point of this video is I'm excited. Like, Lassiz excited. Lassiz, I feel like, bro, we could be best friends. I'm not even bullshitting. I'm for real. Like, seeing your reaction to being able to play with the devs, to play Pantheon, I was like, oh my god!
I'm really excited. Give me a sec. But this, you know, this is one of the production guys. Oh my god, I'm nervous. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go.
I'd be nervous too, bro.
Go. Hello?
Hey, Lassiz, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing great.
Yo, thank you again so much for having me, man. I really appreciate that.
Well, thanks for having us, I think, is the way that goes.
And out of all the research I've been doing, out of all the streams I've been watching, Lassiz, with this next comment, you freaking nailed it, dude.
Likewise, yeah. I've been following for a while. I'm super excited. I just, ever since EQ, man, I just haven't had something that like truly filled the void. So I'm really...
So guys, I'm gonna bring this video to a close. this is a rant video, obviously, where I just talk about things and rant about it. But it started out, we have no release date, right? So it's 2019, possibly 2020. That's all we know. But I've chilled out. I don't want them to rush this. I want this to be a masterpiece. It's going to be a world where you can live on, a world where you can find new players and get to know them. You're going to have some chill time, grinding in dungeons and finding camping spots in certain zones and working together, getting to know each other. That's what we're missing nowadays. There's not going to be queuing for a random dungeon and getting grouped up with people and just getting it done and calling it a day. That's not going to be a thing. You're going to be making friends. You're going to be communicating. You're going to be strategizing with each other. You're going to be working on the mechanics and focusing a goal and achieving something and feeling something. That's what we don't have these days. I mean, you look at these modern day MMOs that have raid queues. You know what I mean? Raid queues. You don't even, you know, and I get it. This game may not be for everybody, but it's bringing back an experience that you have to experience. So if you guys like this video, please like it and comment it, share it. We want to cover Pantheon. I cannot stress that enough. So hopefully we will. If not, I'll be continuing to follow it and doing rants. So other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.